Okay, we are taking a look at Tract 22 at the Tracts at White River. This is about 10 acres in size, heavily wooded property, and we're on the road, which is right at about the north end of the property. There's a little sliver of the property on the north side of the road, but the vast majority is on the south side. So it is about a 10-acre tract, and there might be a quarter acre on the north side of the road. But that would be about it. The vast majority land on the south side. We're looking westerly right now. So when this drone video was taken, I would guess that we had driven toward the last tract, turned around and we're headed back and started taking some videos. So um, as we're headed westerly, looks like we're stopped. So we're probably right about in the middle of the road frontage at track 22. And I'm sure in this video we'll primarily be going south of the road because that's where the vast majority of the property is. Um, the road itself is going to be about the highest point, and then as we go south it slopes down, and the topo map shows at least one little creek bed on the property. So I don't know if we'll be able to pick that up in the video, but depending on which drone they were using, we might be able to zoom in a little bit and maybe see some running water down there. We'll check it out for sure. It's certainly going to be a wet weather creek or creeks. The topo map shows only one blue line, but the topography is such that there's probably two little wet weather creeks that run together on the property. And if you look at the topo map, you'll see exactly what we mean by that. So sloping down to the creek bed, heavily wooded with a nice mixture of timber out here. I mean, just looking down right now, you can see 10, 20, 30 different species of trees, more than we would know how to identify. But definitely red oak, white oak. We've seen certainly hickory, black walnut trees out here we've seen as well. We're trying to get down and see if that's the creek bed. We've seen sycamore trees by some of the small creek beds, and I'm guessing we'll see those on this property. So that likely is the creek bed, and under those leaves and sticks is where the gravel and the rock would be. That's what we've kind of been seeing on some of these smaller type creek beds. If you were to just kind of move those years worth of leaves to the side, seasons worth of leaves, you'd see the gravel down there. So the little seasonal creek beds are cool because they provide you with a source of gravel or native stone, depending on what you want to do with your building projects. And also that's where you would want to start exploring if you were looking for a property that had perhaps a live spring or even a cave. The topography of a property like this with the little seasonal creek and kind of the valley right on the property, that's tends to be where we find stuff like that. So we haven't explored this property, we have no idea, but if we were looking for a little live water spring or if we were searching for a cave, a property like this is definitely a place that we would check out. It's one of the places we would start for sure. And you can just see all the different shades of green, which are generally showing us different species of trees. We did see some big sycamore right down by the creek. They're the large ones with the bright white trunk and branches, and they love to be in an area with a good water source. So often creek beds or river banks or around large ponds is where you'll find those sycamore trees. So now we're looking to the north. That's the White River. Off in the distance, that's about 2 or 3 miles away. That cliff has a name that we can never remember. And apparently there is a big cave in or next to that cliff. We've seen it on maps. We've never been able to check it out. A couple houses there by the river. And again, that's 2 or 3 miles to the north. We had zoomed in on that. if we were to look west, and I don't know if we will or not, but if we were to look west, the river is only about a mile away, and that's where you'll find the access point and that concrete concrete ramp that goes down to the water. Okay, looks like we're headed back to the north. The guys have found pecan trees out here. I think we mentioned chestnut trees. They've even found a few fruit trees on some of the different tracts, like a pear tree and an apple tree and that kind of stuff. So that's interesting. We're still zooming in, seeing if we can get lucky enough to maybe see some running water, but that tree canopy is so thick right there. We can't quite get below that final canopy. Those rounded leaves that you saw right toward the middle, those were sycamore leaves. So there was a big sycamore down there somewhere. Extremely private out here, very peaceful. Close to the White River is a huge bonus. The wildlife in the area is pretty incredible from what we've seen. The white-tailed deer and the wild turkeys. So you can certainly hunt on your property. You're also only a few miles from a huge tract of public land as well. And you can check out the listing page for more details on that. So looking west, you can see the red truck parked on the road. The bulk of the land is to the left side of the road, the vast majority. Beautiful property. One of the most private tracts out here. Does not have the most level land by any means. Probably toward the northeast on the south side of the easement road would be your best bet if you wanted, a decent sized building site. But we're just saying that based on the topo map. We haven't, investigated that area in person. Oh, and that's it for the video. So check out the other videos, check out the pictures. If you have any questions, just give us a call, send us an email. We would love to talk to you.